I'm
Jack, you're the guy to know this. Steven Seagal apparently has an album where he...
Yes, he does.
Probably more than one, I think.
Yes, there's a Jamaican accent where he sings about Punani.
Yeah, he's like, I'm crushing the Punani. And does one of his shitty blues guitar solos.
Oh, God. The more I hear about this guy, the less I like him.
A good man. Steven Seagal is a good man.
Yes, he's such a good man. He made a film about what a good man he is. Called A Good Man.
A great man. That's the Mike Gapes biopic. Just a great man.
Yeah, and like Steven Seagal's films, Mike Gapes' films will mostly involve him sitting down and everyone else does all the work. And then at the end, a woman mounts him because he's such a great man.
Like the Gapes action scenes, also, just done from a chair. He's just like he's using his supernatural powers, and everyone's just like getting thrown around the room.
Yeah, he's just like doing like the mad hand gestures from a milk speech, and people are getting thrown around.
Like a chase scene. He manages to do a chase scene, an on-foot chase scene from a chair. You just see him like sat in the chair, like panting. It's like
yeah, you just CG out the fact he's in a wheelchair and someone else is pushing him.
Yeah, man, Mike Gapes. Am I right? But yeah, you guys know Steven Seagal, right? The special representative for Russia-US cultural links, cultural and historical heritage.
Obviously. Who doesn't?
Yeah, we know all about Steven Seagal.
I'm looking up his discography. I'm just interested in how many albums he's made. 2. He's made 2 albums. 2004's Songs from the Crystal Cave and 2006's Mojo Priest. Mojo Priest.
I mean, Steven Seagal, I don't know, man. He's just him. I mean, Russia is interesting in this. Like, they have 2 very, very distinct cinematic talent. They have Steven Seagal and Gerard Depardieu. Like, one sort of Hollywood blockbuster action figure, and then sort of really old school fucking drama guy.
Yeah. Hasn't Gerard Depardieu been facing some accusations of late?
As they often do.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a French actor, of course he has.
But it's just funny because he played Dominique Strauss-Kahn in that film Welcome to New York, where Dominique Strauss-Kahn, obviously a notable French political sex criminal. But he was acquitted in that case, I believe. But it's about the time when he definitely did rape that hotel maid.
Like after that, he was going to be the guy,
the president.
Was he? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, he wasn't president. I think he'd been like the head of the World Bank, but he was seen as being a future presidential candidate for the Socialist Party, which was still a thing at that point. And he could have been Macron. He could have been. I doubt it. He seems like quite a repulsive figure. Yeah. Just looking at the track listing of Steven Seagal's album Mojo Priest, you've got Love Doctor, Dark Angel, Gunfire in a Juke Joint, Alligator Ass, BBQ, Hoochie Coochie Man, which I assume is a cover, although it's misspelled, if so. Coochie with a K here. Talk to My Ass.
Oh, just like a bidding ass.
Oh, I would love to hear Steven Seagal cover Ass Man. Just Steven Seagal doing his fucking shitty Brazilian guitar, just going, I'm an ass man. Just wheezing through it. I love to lick him. I love to kick him. I love to stick him.
You've got Slow Boat to China. Which is 8 minutes and
again. That is fucking slow. That is a fucking slow motion.
8 minutes and 43 seconds long, so it's basically 9 minutes long. Slow boat to China. I'm glad that someone continued the fight after Mickey Rourke's character was presumably horribly killed by the Chinese mafia following the events of the film. She Dat Pretty is the next one. She Dat Pretty.
Jesus.
Oh my god, Shake with Bo Diddley. So he's actually got a fucking collaboration with like one of the fathers of electric blues on there.
They must have said, "Oh, Steven Seagal. What could go wrong? He's a famous Hollywood action star. What could go wrong?"
It's like you just get the genre for that album is just blues, but the genre for his first album, Songs from the Crystal Cave, rock, blues, dance hall, and reggae. So it's a more diverse album, like, both musically and ethnically.
When they say it's reggae, I assume he's just taking the homophobia from that genre.
Yeah, Boom Boom Bye is on the track listing here, actually. And what were the songs called here? Girl, It's Alright, Don't You Cry. The third track is just called Music. It's like, well, how would you describe the song, Stephen? Well, it's music.
It's like, when you download tons of shit and you have to like quickly differentiate them, just randomly fill the file name, file type. It's like music, film, like then don't forget to change it back.
Yeah, then you've got Better Man, which shares a title with songs by both Oasis and Robbie Williams. And then you've got, or at least, I don't know if that's a Robbie Williams song, it's the name of that film where he's played by a monkey. And then you've got My God, it's just about one. Lollipop. I have a feeling that Lollipop is one of the more ethnically flavoured songs on the album. Just imagine him like Lollipop. It's like a Jamaican.
I'm learning after 35 years in English language, I'm still learning so many euphemisms ethnically.
Yeah. Then you've got Not For Sale, because Steven Seagal's got integrity. He's not going to sell out. Dance. You've got like a load of tracks in a row that are just like one word. You've got Dance. You've got Jealousy. You've got War. You've got Strut. You've got the 6-minute Gory with 2 E's, which is not a word. Possibly the Jamaican language or such like. Then you've got 14, The Light. And the last 2 tracks are just written by Steven Seagal, although most of the songs on the album are co-writes. But the fun doesn't stop there, because this album actually features a guest appearance by Stevie Wonder on harmonica.
Oh, I mean, again, like, when was this album made?
2004. Oh, and by the way, you laughed. You laughed when I said ethnically flavored. But actually, a guy called T.H. Subhash Chandran is actually credited here with ethnic percussion.
I didn't laugh. I spared.
What ethnicity? Who fucking cares? Just, some other ethnicity. The guy also contributes bowls. Like, he was just lining up Steven Seagal's bong hits throughout the making of it, as well as tabla and Jew's harp.
Oh. Which,
is an instrument, also known as the jaw harp. Yeah, but it's just funny, because, Jews. Wait, you've also got Reme Kabaka with Talking Drum. If that is the same guy I'm thinking of, it's like a legendary percussionist who was like in Traffic in the 70s, but it doesn't link to his Wikipedia page, so maybe it's somebody else. But yeah, anyway, that's the entire discography of Steven Seagal.
He's like a Renaissance man,
He is, because he's an officer of the law as well.
Is he?
Isn't he? Yeah, he's like...
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, but it's like, if you commit a crime and Steven Seagal's after you just need to, like, walk briskly away, and he's not going to be able to catch
you. Yeah. Because there's that reality show, Steven Seagal Lawman, where, there's the town where he was deputized, and, like, he just, waddles around, like, pretending to be a cop. like presumably while actual cops do stuff, he's just like, yeah.
It's kind of like, in Britain, don't you have something like Justice of the Peace or something?
What's that?
Like it's a sort of a title you get. Apparently,
it rings a bell.
But I don't know if it's still a thing. I mean, my frame of reference, much like Jack's musical references, like from a different era. Mine is like from Victorian England, basically.
Seagal was credited with doing stunts as recently as 2013 in Force of Execution. No, yeah, well, I mean, it is for him. But no, actually, I lie because he was simply choreographer of the stunts in that film. He did not perform them himself.
Oh.
Indeed, I don't think he's been credited with actually performing stunts in films since before he was an actor.
I was watching this MMA guy talking about films and so on. Stephen Wonderboy Johnson, I think. Famous MMA guy, and retired now. So he was. They made this guy watch a bunch of fighting films and so on. He would say, give commentary about it. And there's one film where Steven Seagal is facing against GSP, Gilles St-Pierre, one of the best MMA fighters of all time. And it was so weird because this guy's French Canadian. He's still he's retired, but he's still top shape. I mean, he can basically kill any of us by flicking a finger. And he's fighting Steven Seagal, and they kind of tumble down from a mezzanine balcony into a lobby. And Steven Seagal gets up by putting his hands on his thighs like an old man. And I was like,
yeah,
this is
edit out groans as he gets up.
Convincing, come on.
Yeah, it's like sound design, just take out Steven Seagal going, oh god. Oh.
I feel like if you got into a physical fight with Steven Seagal, you just get close, and as soon as you touch him, he just pull out a gun and shoot you at close range.
I mean,
I won the fight. He's down.
When he was
he's not getting
relatively fit, when he was relatively okay in form, his Aikido was kind of believable. But now he's overweight and completely his reaction time is absolutely fucking horrible.
He's so fat.
These guys who bullshit martial artists and so on, using energy and chi and so on.
Yeah, Bushido, I love it.
Bushido, yeah. It's a bit like that.
Well, what's supposed to be funny about his reality show, and yes, I did get this information from listening to the Opie and Anthony segment on it, is apparently he goes along to actual police officers, and all these fucking real cops have got to sit in the room while he's you gotta get in contact with your chi to crack down on the criminals. It
just reminded me of how Jess Phillips.
You gotta have a respect.
Jess Phillips apparently went to fucking police commissioner and said, "Have you ever watched The Wire? It's quite interesting about."
Yeah. It's just like that.
Oh shit! There was that UFC fighter Anderson Silva. They brought Steven Seagal over for a training session, and Steven Seagal was teaching him how to do kicks and stuff. But they only got him round so they could laugh at him behind his back.
I mean, MMA is not really my thing, to be honest. But there are some guys that I watched a bit that are pretty good. What was the guy? There's one of them is actually not MMA, but necessarily that British actor Scott Adkins, was it?
Yeah, Scott Adkins.
That guy.
Scott Malkinson, who has diabetes. South Park reference.
So. Oh no, that's an old reference, Jack. Now we're talking about young up and coming 40-year-old British director video stars.
Yeah, sorry, it's all fresh to me. I've just
I know he was not you see direct to video. He wasn't in Band 4. That was a fucking blockbuster film, wasn't it?
I've run out of South Park episodes, by the way.
I'd say sorry, but Scott Adkins. I'd say 50% of his films are direct to video.
Fair enough. I'm not saying that he's aspiring to be. Not everyone's a Batista. That's what I'm saying. Not everyone's a Dave Bautista.